Today's topic was supposed to be something else, something more analytical, something I could explain and break down, but I didn't feel like doing that today. Instead, I put a blank sheet of paper on the table, opened a small paint set, I pressed play on Beethoven's 8th Symphony, and I started painting. And actually, I'm really not good at painting. I like art, I like looking at paintings, I like museums, I like watching people who know what they're doing. I admire them so much. My mother is one of those people. She is amazing at it. The kind of painting where everything makes sense. The colors know where to go. And every time I see her work, I think, I wish I could do that. But when I paint, it doesn't look like that at all. Lines go the wrong way. Colors mix into something strange. Sometimes the brush just stops in the middle because I don't know what to do next. And part of me wishes I could just get there to be good at painting without doing all the work in between. But today I sat there anyways, listening to the music, making something that didn't look very good. And you know what? It was a pretty good evening. Welcome back to Dose of Confidence. I'm Em. And today, we're talking about hobbies we're not good at. I think many of us have huge expectations when we start something new. If we try a hobby, we want to be good at it. Not necessarily perfect, but at least decent. If the result looks awkward or messy, we get disappointed. Maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I'm just not good at this. And by time, the hobby disappears because we expected the results to be good on our first try. It's a strange thing that happens when we grow up. As kids, we try new things all the time. A child draws a house that looks nothing like a house. The windows are floating somewhere, the sun is bigger than the building, and every adult around them smiles. Good job! Even when it's clearly not a good job, but we say it anyways. Because we understand it's the first attempt. No one expects a child to produce a masterpiece on day one. Trying is already enough. But when we become adults, that kindness disappears. We pick up a pencil for the first time in 20 years, draw something that looks awkward, and suddenly we judge it as if it was supposed to be professional work. And then something else happens. Almost instantly, we start comparing. You draw something simple, then you remember people who have been drawing for 10 years, or you see someone online who paints beautifully. The gap feels enormous, and that gap becomes a reason to stop. Maybe this isn't for me. The strange part is, every skilled person once started exactly there, with something messy, something unfinished, something they probably didn't show anyone. Recently, I started picking up a few hobbies again. Things I postponed for a long time, even though I was interested in them. But I knew I wasn't good at them. Drawing was one of those. The first time I tried it as an adult, it lasted a couple of weeks. Then I stopped. I remember looking at the page and feeling disappointed. It didn't look the way I imagined. Now I approach it differently. When I draw and it looks like random lines across the page, I keep doing it anyways, because the goal changed. It's not about making something beautiful. It's not about becoming a professional artist. It's about spending my time doing something I enjoy. When a hobby stops being about the result, the pressure disappears. You can sit there and just do it. Paint something strange. Play a few wrong notes on the piano. Take photos that don't turn out the way you hoped. In the end, the question is simple. Did you actually enjoy the time you spent doing it? Or did you not? If the answer is yes, that's enough reason to keep going. In the end, it comes down to this. Treating ourselves the way we treat children when they try something new. With patience, with room to be clumsy, without expecting the first attempt to look like the 10th year of practice. Some hobbies will stay with us. Some will just fade away. And that's fine too. No one is asking us to be artists. Sometimes an evening with music, a brush, and a page full of imperfect colors is already more than enough. If this video helped you, feel free to subscribe and share it with someone who might need it. And let me know what other topics you'd like to hear about next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.